Hey guys, welcome to another YouTube class video with Kenny Spence. So in this video, I'll be showing you how fundamental analysis can be correlated with our technical analysis. Well, we know fundamental analysis and technical analysis are two different things but can work hand in hand. So first, what is a fundamental analysis? Fundamental analysis is the trading decision you take based on the news, while technical analysis is the trading decision you take based on the charts or based on your chart. Technical analysis is the trading decision you take based on your charts. So that being said, I won't be going furthermore into fundamental analysis and technical analysis. I won't be going deeply, but I just want to show you how you can use your fundamental analysis to correlate with your technical analysis. Like I said, fundamental analysis is the trading decision you take based on the news. So what do I mean by based on the news? Based on the news in the sense that we have some sites that tells us when some vital news are being dropped, and we use those values to correlate with our technical analysis. So in essence, what I'm trying to say is fundamental analysis decision that you take are mainly drawn down to figures you have from this site. I'll be showing you how to work your way around the figures and how to correlate it with your technical analysis. So I'll be using forex. I'll be using Forex Factory for an example, forexfactory.com for an example. So forexfactory.com is actually is a website, is a news website where you get various type of news. As you can see, we see some folders are in red, some folders are in orange. There are also folders that are in yellow. All this has meaning, but you can also filter them by coming to this funnel, and you have the dates when news are released. You have the time zone, like I'm using GMT +1, and we have the folders which indicate the type of news that is releasing. Well, I'll be explaining in details what these are. To edit, you can just click this funnel over here. After clicking the funnel, you can like filter what kind of news you want to. And on this, I am actually filtering my news to either an high impact news or a medium impact news. Not that I don't care about low impact news also, but high impact news has the high contain news that move the market, like contain high volatility. Medium, from the word medium, also medium volatility, and the rest. But I'm mostly interested in the high volatility impact news, and the low and the medium volatility impact news. So I filter my Forex Factory to just those two. So I can using this for an example, the out employment change and unemployment rate. So this is telling me that by December 16, out is going to drop an high impact news involving the employment change and an high impact news involving the unemployment rates. If you look far to my right, we will see certain figure where we have the previous, the forecast, and the actual. So the previous is telling me that what happened previous time before the news was dropped. The forecast was, like predicting what could happen before the time the news was dropped, and the actual was in the sense that what actually happened at that time. So in this time, I will correlate it as this. Employment change previously was minus 56.0K, and forecast is telling us that it's going to get to 203.0K. Why? And it came out by 130 to be 366.1K. So what is this? What is this? How would I correlate these figures to my technical analysis? The first thing to do is understand the news release. What do I mean by understanding the news release? Like, let's take an example using Australian dollar employment change. What this is telling us that we are expecting a news to be dropped on the employment change involving Australian dollar by 1:30 p.m. GMT +1. So I need to understand that, okay, we are looking for an employment change. After understanding the news that is being released, you need to understand or note the currency in which the news is being released on. So employment rate is being released on what currency? Then you need to take note of the currency it's being released on. Then you see the Audi, then Another thing to take note of is what impact does or will it make on the pair. So after noticing the currency, you need to know the type of news that is being released. Is it an high impact news? Is it a low impact news? Is it a medium impact news? Like I said earlier on, the only news that caught my attention or that get my attention is the high impact news and the medium impact news of the volatility that follows after being dropped. So the next one is choose the currency to be either quote or base. You already know if you since we are checking the news on Australian dollar. So you check you make a decision. Should I make it a base or a quote? So the next question is going to be, how do I use it to make a trading decision? Now this is how you use it to make a trading decision. After following the four steps I highlighted, understanding the type of news being released, noting the currency in which the news is being released on, what impact does or will it make on the pair, choosing the currency to be either quote or base. Now the next question that comes to your mind is, how do I use it to make a trading decision? So after doing all this, you need to choose, for example, let's say we are making Audi our base. So Audi against any pair. So obviously Audi is the base now. So by 1:30 GMT to my first factory to check for the news. So for instance, now you understanding the employment change news is being dropped and is high volatility, consists of high volatility, the time 1:30, and also an Australian Audi. So how do you use it to make a trading decision? So look down, you look at the unemployment rate also reduced from 5.2 to 4.6. So unemployment reducing actually strengthening this currency. So you want to buy when it's at the base and you want to sell when it's at the code. What do I mean? Australian dollar as a base would look to buy while Australian dollar as a quote will look to sell. Why? This is solely because Australian dollar has increased in strength based on the news. So you're making a decision based on the news to get fundamental analysis as defined earlier. Trading decision you make based on the news. The news is giving you the Australian dollar has been strengthened by the unemployment rate and the employment change. Employment change increased from minus 56.0K to 366.1K. This is a massive increment on this currency. So therefore your trading decision should be the strength of Australian dollar. In other note, the strength of a currency pair of a currency is determined by the positivity or the negativity from the news, in the sense that if the news is positive, it strengthens our Australian dollar, while if the news is negative, it weakens Australian dollar. So once it's increased, you look to buy it as a base and you look to sell it as a code. Once it's a negative of value, you look to sell it as a base and buy it as a quote. With this video, I think you should by now understand how to make trading decision based on your fundamental analysis figures you get from your site, for example forexfactory.com. Please like, share, drop a comment, ask questions. I'm going to be looking out for the comment section. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it actually increased your knowledge about fundamental analysis trading. We'll be looking out for feedback. Thank you so much. I remain my humble self, Kenny Spence. Bye for now.